Okay, lovelies, just beginning lying down. And just relaxing. And just beginning with a few deep breaths. Lovely deep inhale into the belly. And just notice, just from breathing, how the body calms down. Have a moment to look through your body as well. Start from the head, relaxing the facial muscles and your neck. Loosen the shoulders away from your ears. Let the arms just roll out to the side and really relax the upper arms. Sometimes taking them a little bit wider, you're not holding tension in the lower arms and wrists. Whatever feels right. Relaxing the whole front of your body and the back of your body. Loosening any tension in the buttocks and thighs. And just let the feet flop out to the side. Let everything go. You'll find that you're holding little bits of tension, and only when you let them go that you'll notice it was there. Returning to your breath. Observing the inhale and exhale. Let's tune into our energy centers. Let's start at the crown, Sahasrara, and observe the energy around the top of your head. And Ajna, the third eye. Checking in with how it feels at the throat energy, Vishuddhi. Heart, Anahata, front and back of the chest, and how we're feeling emotionally. Solar plexus above the navel, lovely sunny energy there. And sacral, Svadhisthana below the navel, lower back, lower belly. And our root energy at the base of our spine, Muladhara. Also extending down into your legs, down to your feet. Lovely red energy. So just checking in. Every now and then, how we're feeling, whether it feels different in some way. What's your intention for your practice today? Think about what you'd like to focus on, whether it is a certain movement in a part of the body or whether it's flexibility. Perhaps it's tuning more into your breath or noticing how quiet in the mind you can be in certain poses. So just tuning into whatever feels right for the focus of your practice today. So we're going to begin our stretches from this lying position. On your next inhale, take your right arm up and over and gently allow the arm to fall to the floor behind you. Doesn't matter if it touches or not, and then just lift your toes, put the foot in a flexed position and just gently start to create some space in this right hand side of the body, lowering the hip, lowering the leg, foot still flexed, and then reaching up through the arm to the hand. Stretch the fingers out wide and then point the toes, and let's hold this pointing and stretch here. And when you're ready, exhale, let everything soften. Arm comes down, nice and slowly with the breath. Palms up in Shavasana, and have a moment just to notice the energy. And then we'll do the same left side. Inhale, arm over. And then foot flexed, toes lifted, push into the heel. Notice how it feels in the calf muscle around your thigh. Create space through the waist, lowering that hip, almost sort of feeling like you're pushing your leg down, and then you're really lifting your arm up. And then point the toes. And gently exhale, let everything soften, arm down. Noticing any sensation in your fingers and palms. Palms up for a moment in Shavasana. And then inhale both arms up and over. Nice and slowly, we're just going to move slowly as we stretch in this heat. And then flex, then point the toes and just gently alternate the movement in the ankles backwards and forwards. Noticing what you're feeling different muscles move. Stretching up with the arms. And then exhale, arms down, nice and gentle. Again, notice any tingling through the arms and hands, energy shifting. Take a moment in Shavasana, take a deep breath. Maybe sigh on the exhale if that feels good. And then we're going to draw right knee in. Hands around the shin, deep breath. Exhale up. Head to knee, looking through the legs. Just hold the breath out. Inhale when you're ready, down. And if you need to come down before I say, please do. Left side now. Inhale, lovely big deep inhale. Exhale, coming up. Empty the whole body out of breath. Hold the breath out. Inhale down. Third time with both knees in, deep breath in. Exhale up. Really feel the belly empty, the chest empty. Hold the breath. And then inhale when you're ready, down. Just enjoying how it feels to train the lung capacity and the ability to hold the breath in and out sometimes. Little rocks, let's massage the spine. And even here, we can just take a few deep breaths, nourishing our body. And coming up to seated, Paramuktasana 1, warm up. So, coming onto cushions if that's comfortable, or just sitting in whatever way you can. And even though we do this every single week, just notice, from time to time how things sometimes change with these movements as well, whether things feel better or worse sometimes. So let's gently close our eyes. Have a comfortable length in your spine, not too rigid, but comfortably lifted. And let's just breathe a few moments into our belly. Feel that expansion up into the chest, relaxing shoulders even more if we need to, and face and neck. And just getting comfortable. When we're ready, let's take our chin down to chest, pausing here and noticing any more tension that we're still holding in the back. Taking the chin up and down. Just gentle movements. Once more up. Noticing anything that feels different, any new sensation that you might find. And then coming center, tilting head right. And then left. Just take a moment to sort of pause on every tilt, just to notice what you feel. And coming center. And then twisting to gaze over right shoulder and left. How does it feel today? Is it better than it was? Do you feel like you can see more behind? Or stretch. Coming center. And then as we take the chin down, full rotation of the head. Notice which way you go, whether you go anti-clockwise or clockwise. Whether you always do it the same way. Strange when we do something a little bit different. And then coming back to center. When you're ready, you can blink your eyes open, take the hands out in front of you, and then thumbs in, thumbs out. Noticing how our fingers feel today, and then palms up and down. Lovely stretch over and under the arms and rotating. Noticing any little clicks and noises, another way. And then palms up. Drop the shoulders, deep breath in. Exhale. And notice the elbows. That's where we're drawing attention. And then leaving fingers on the shoulders, bringing elbows together and round. Loosening up any tightness and blocked energy here. And other way. Lovely, and release. We're going to ball our fingers up into little fists, lift our shoulders, and on three we're going to start again. We're going to just exhale and really enjoy a nice kind of roar out. So breathing in, and again, and one more. Oh, that feels good. Coming off cushions. Extending legs. I like that for anything that's bothering you, just let it out, let it release through the body. So expanding toes and then curling. Giving our little tootsies a wiggle. And then pointing, flex, feeling that lovely stretch over the foot, and then under the leg. Lovely, one over the other, just let's rotate a few times in each direction. And other way. And other side. Noticing if they feel very similar or if they're different. Other way. Lovely. Right knee. Hands under thigh. How's the knee joint feeling today? And hip. Hands on the shin, stirring like a pot. And the other direction. Lovely. Let's do the other side. Left knee first. And others, and the left hip. Giving a little bit of love to all these joints, a bit of attention. And the other way, a few times, whatever you can do. And then drawing feet together, let's come into butterfly. And have just a moment to stretch here. Nice deep breath. And relax. Let the head go. Relax the knees. Notice how it feels in the hips. Try and relax your shoulders as well. Notice what you feel, where you feel it. Just pure observation. And then gently, when we're ready, just lift up. We're going to cross our legs, just do a few more stretches. Those three where we come into, we're going to do cat-cow, little twist, and then the side stretch as well. So just resting hands onto your knees, and then inhale forwards. Exhale. Just roll back into the spine. And just enjoy this lovely sort of gentle flex to our spine here. We'll do 3 of these and then we'll start to rotate clockwise. And then coming towards left knee. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you sort of round to the back. And just enjoy what you're feeling in the sides of your body now. Maybe a nice little stretch sort of to the side of your back. And then we'll do 3 in the opposite direction, anti-clockwise. Enjoying what you're feeling in your body, and then coming to stillness. And so bringing right hand onto left knee. Have a nice length to your spine here rather than crushing it. And then we're just going to look over the left shoulder, bring the hand back round behind you. Nice soft stretch here, just warming up the body still. Notice if you're breathing into your belly or your chest. And then other side. Left hand to right knee, looking over right shoulder now. And coming back to centre. So planting the right hand on the mat, we're going to inhale, lift your left arm and lean over. Feeling a lovely stretch in your side. Notice if you can look up to the ceiling ever so gently. Don't crick the neck. Just gaze up if you can. And then we'll come into the other side. Inhale up. Exhale over. Notice if you're holding your breath. We'll just do one more each side. Come to the right. Come to the left. Lovely. And back to centre. Okay. We're going to come into boat pose, a little seated balance. So listen to your lower back with this one. We'll do it 3 times like we normally do, where we take it in stages. Holding under the thighs. Engage the abdominal muscles and that pelvic diaphragm as well. Have a lovely long lift to the spine rather than being curled into it. So a lovely long straight spine. And then just tilt back. Toes can be sort of just a little way off the floor if you want to, or we can explore lifting, maybe just a little bit higher. And this should be okay for most of you where you're holding on to the legs. Let's take a deep breath into the belly, up into the chest and lower. Give your arms a little shake if you need to. Roll the legs. We're going to do that again. So that sort of little pulling on the tummy, on that core, that feeling there. And then we'll come up again. And if you're happy staying here, that's all that matters. It's about the balance, not how high you can lift your legs, really. It's about focusing on, like we do with tree pose or something, focus on a point in front of you and just feel that stillness. You can lift the legs if you want to, but then if you lose the stability, just come down a bit and then relax. Give everything a rub and a little shake if you need to. And you know the next one, because we're going to release the arms, but only for a short time. And if you can't do it for long, then come out of it. Always come out of the pose before me if you need to. So engage, lovely tall spine. Just coming a little way again off the mat if you want to. Hold the thighs to start with, then release. Take a deep breath and let go. Okay, let's come up. So let's take feet hip distance apart. We're just going to come into a couple of swan dives. Inhale up. Swan dive down and just explore how it feels to bend forward into this forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. And let's have a moment just to dangle here. Let the arms become heavy. Release into the shoulders. Shake the head if you want to. Take a couple of deep breaths. Open up into the back of the body. And when you're ready, inhale, come up. Once more, let's breathe in, take the arms up. And notice the full exhale as we come down. And just notice again if you're a little bit closer to the mat. If the legs don't have to be so bent, just any slight improvement. One more deep breath. And inhale, rolling up. And roll the shoulders. Okay. So we're going to do eagle pose today, which is a balancing pose. And we'll just try it, see how we get on. Okay, so let's open into Tadasana. Have a moment to ground down your energies. So imagine you've got tree roots coming out through the soles of your feet. And we're going to take we'll take the left foot across the right. So we're going to the weight will be into the right leg. Take the left leg across, okay? Bring your left arm in front. And then the right arm over the top. And then we're going to twist them so that the hand just clasps onto the base of the palm here, okay? So keeping the toes on the mat. That's it. So one left arm, right arm over the top, and then clasping, okay? If you need to hold on to something, please do. Just release the arms. Okay. So we're going to take the foot away from the floor and curl it round the back of the leg if you can. But don't worry if you can't. I can sometimes just lift the foot off. And then pushing your bottom out, I want you to just come forward, looking ahead of you. Okay. Lovely. Come up. And release. Well done. That's a tough one. Now that's a tough one. I saw some of you had your toes a little bit away from the mat and some of them were on the mat. Don't worry. Hold on to something, Jocelyn, just so that you'll feel comfortable. Okay, left leg is grounded. Take the right foot across. Keep your toes on the mat to start with. Okay. Those of you that want to do the arms, right arm comes in front, left arm over the top. And then just twizzle them to clasp at the palm. Okay, I'll turn a little bit sideways. Actually, I'll come this way and then I can see you all in the mirror. Okay, when you're ready, you can just lift that foot away. And then bend with a nice flat back. Push your bottom out so it's like a nice flat back coming forwards. Okay. Don't worry, keep putting your foot down if you need to. And then come forwards. Lovely. Come up and release. Well done. That's tough. That's a tough one for your balance. Okay, let's do tree pose and see how that feels because that's always a lot easier. So right leg is grounded. Left foot comes up. Heel to ankle, below the knee, wherever you want to be. Hold on to something if you want to. Just, little finger can touch something if you need. Don't worry if you need to put your foot down and readjust. It's all about just building the strength and building that confidence with balance. Gazing at a point in front of you as well often helps. Okay, arms up, breathe in. Let's take them out to the side. And together. And down. Lovely. Legs to shake. Other side. So heel to ankle if that's where you're comfortable. And you can just do this. Lift the toes. Hands to heart. Gaze at something. Inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale up. And down. Well done. Well done. Right leg is straight. Left leg is the one we lift. Gaze at that point ahead of you. Confidence because you know you can do this. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Left side. Have a moment just to ground and stable. Inhale up. Exhale. Lovely. We're going to do a sun salutation. So we're going to come to the top of our mats. We'll take it nice and slowly because it is a warm day, but we shall honour our sun. Taking hands to heart. Take a lovely deep breath in. And exhale, arms down. Inhale, let's salute the sun. And forward fold as we exhale. Bend the knees if you need to. Listen to that lower back. And then you can just straighten the legs a little. Flatten the back. Hands to come to shins. Hands down to the mat. Right leg comes back and the knee comes down. Okay. So we're all in this position and we know that we can do this. This lovely sort of lunge stretch. So just when we come back through this pose later on, just take your time to come back into it. Gaze up. And then hands to the mat, turn the back toes under. Left leg comes back into down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lifting that tailbone, strong arms, strong shoulders. Let's take a deep breath in here. And as we exhale, the knees come down. The buttocks come back to heels. Bring the body down to the mat. And then as we inhale, we'll flow through into Sphinx. Bring the arms underneath the shoulders. Let's have a moment here just to take a breath. Tuning into the lower back. Lovely stretch through the front of the body and the belly. When you're ready, hands back under the shoulders. We're going to turn the toes under, back up into down dog. And this is the awkward part sometimes. We're going to bring the left foot forwards between the hands. Take your time. And the knee comes down at the back. If you can, don't worry if you can't, gaze upwards. So it's the same position we moved through earlier. Feet together at the front. And let's sweep up. Lovely movement to our body. Big smiles that we can do this. Other side, then you can lie down. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Thanking our bodies for moving. And folding forward. And just doing what you can. Lifting and flattening the back, looking ahead of you. And then the left leg comes back. Knee comes down into this low lunge, equestrian. Gaze up to the ceiling. Lovely stretch through the legs, feeling all these lovely feelings that we get through our body. Down dog. Tailbone lifted. Chest is encouraged towards the thighs. Deep inhale. Exhale. Coming down and back. Flow through to Sphinx or Cobra. Lifting the chest a little. Down dog. Take your time as you move into these poses, feeling how it feels to move the body. Right foot comes forwards. Left knee on the mat, only if you can. Gaze up. Takes a moment to get into the pose sometimes. Feet together. And sweep up. Well done. It's a hot day and that's challenging. So have a moment on your mat. Give yourself a little pat on the back for being here in the first place and also these wonderful movements. Enjoy some deep breaths. Notice how your body feels. The good bits, the aches and pains, just it's all part of you. And it's not good and it's not bad. It is just what it is. And enjoy how it feels to breathe as well. Noticing the ribs expand and contract. We don't have to think about breathing most of the time. Heart's just pumping away, doing its thing. We are really quite wonderful, miraculous pieces of kit. So when you're ready, let's hug our knees in. Have a little rock, just massage the spine. Enjoy being in your body. We moan a lot about our bodies. I know we all do. It's quite normal. But sometimes it's really nice to actually flip that mental state and be really grateful for our fingers, thumbs, our knees, the fact that we can see and hear. It's just little bits of gratitude. So from here, we're going to come into happy baby. So we're going to bring our feet up to face the ceiling. And if you can grab underneath the soles of your feet with your fingers, you can. If not, then just holding around the shins. And if not there, then you can put your hands on the backs of your thighs, so just behind the knees, wherever is comfortable for you. So we're just coming into this real hip opener here. And if you want to rock from side to side gently, like a little happy baby, you can. It's quite nice and nourishing for the spine. Only if it feels comfortable. If it doesn't, then don't worry about it. Notice what feelings come up here. We're very much working with our hips, which is linked with our sacral energy, the emotional flow through our body. Feelings of joy, and also feelings when we're not feeling so joyful. Let's hug our knees now just into chest and just feel that relief from having the legs just taken outwards from the body. And again, just a little rock here if you want to. Just nurture your back. Taking a few deep breaths. Okay, we're going to roll up into a kneeling position and do a pose called gate pose, which again is very much linked with our hips. If you've got a bolster handy, because we've not got blocks handy, have your bolster. Literally, it's just something to lean on. Take it to your left side. You're just coming up onto knees. And we're going to take the right leg out to the side. Okay. So this is a nice side stretch to the body. Rest your right hand on your thigh. Inhale, left arm up. And we're just going to lean into to whatever degree. Lovely side stretch. Can you feel that? Nice side stretch. Gallbladder channel is stimulated here. Other way. So we're literally going to use our bolster to lean on and just come and stretch the other way. I use this just as a block because I can't get all the way down to the mat sometimes. Okay. Bring the knees together. Just lean back. Swap the bolster to the other side because we're going to do a similar thing. Have a real observation as to how it feels in both of those poses, because I have a real imbalance in my body. It feels very different. So extend your left leg out. Already I don't get the same flexibility around this hip joint. So left hand on left leg. Inhale, right arm up, and then leaning towards the leg that's extended. And notice if there's a real difference. Can you feel any difference in? I can, but you may not. You might feel it might feel very similar, but feeling the stretch in this side of the body. Okay, use your bolster as a little bit of a thing to rest your hand on. And then we're going to stretch away from our leg. And that feels quite lovely and nice, actually, this side. It didn't feel as good the other side in my body. Okay, lovely. And just gently come back. Kneeling back onto your heels. Let's come into butterfly, because I know we all like butterfly with our bolsters. So with or without, you can choose. You can start like this if you want to. I know this is a really lovely stretch for our back. And I sometimes you don't want it. I will probably take my bolster away in a minute. So it is a lovely one, yeah. So yeah, just enjoy here. Let the head hang forwards. And as you let the head hang forwards, you feel that lovely stretch in the back of the neck and the back as well. Do it gradually, even if you feel like there's a real resistance or a tension there. Just explore it. When you're in these poses, take your mind into what you really love about it. Is it the way it stretches the lower back? Is it the sensations that you get to the sides of your spine, maybe that come out, that stretch across the lower back in that whole band? Is it the way it allows you to sort of stretch the knees out wide and open through the hips? Explore what you enjoy and identifying it rather than just sitting in it. It's quite nice to analyse a pose. Perhaps it feels nice to let the head really relax. And if you want to, then you can take the bolster away and see if after having used the bolster, it allows you to come into butterfly and it feels different. But if you're happy where you are, stay there. It's not about making it uncomfortable. It's about just exploring, having used the bolster, whether it's given you some flexibility. Sometimes if you go straight into a pose without the support, it wouldn't feel the same as having just gradually used support and then removed it. Lovely. When you're ready, take a breath. Let's come up, lie back on your mat. Yeah, and just enjoy how it feels to stretch the back out. So tuning into what you're feeling, where you're feeling it. Is it the spine that you feel, or is it the muscles through your back that align along the spine that you're feeling? Perhaps it's around the shoulder blades and all the muscles around the shoulders. As you breathe deeply, you'll feel the muscles move as your rib cage opens. Perhaps it's a lovely relief around the hips, which can get so locked up sometimes with just tension, and sometimes emotion can get ever so locked in our hips. So when you're ready, draw the knees in. We're going to come into a pose called Twisted Deer. So it is using the bolsters. It's a yin pose that we do in yin yoga, but it's lovely just to bring it into this class. It's gentle. Have a little rock. Just massage the spine a moment longer. Okay. When you come up, I want you to turn to face the mirror. And you're going to bring the bolster towards your left-hand side. Okay. Right. I get you all facing the right way. Now, what I'd like you to do is bring your left shin to the front, and then your right leg will swing round to the side if you can. So you're a bit like this, okay? Your left shin's going to be at the front of the mat and the right leg to the side. Bring the bolster into that left hip, because we've done this one before, but not often. So, because what we're going to do is we're going to turn to face it and lie down. It's a lovely restful pose. So bring your belly onto the bolster and just rest your head down, rest your arms wherever they want to be. Rest your body down, let your arms relax. Try and release any tension in your buttocks and your thighs. Start taking some deep breaths. And if you can get your whole body and your head down, just relax the side of your head on the bolster. I want you to become really passive and just floppy. Let the bolster support you. See how tense your body is. See if you can relax. And we'll take one more deep breath and gently come up. Just roll your bolster away and we're going to come onto our mat. Just lie down. Doesn't matter what direction you're facing, because I'll set you up for the other side. Just lie down. And even though that was a very gentle twist, you'll still feel that softness from that twist in your body. So really tuning in, is it lower back you can feel? Is there a lovely sort of after effect in the upper part of your back? Just having a few breaths here to let everything reset and realign again. Let's draw our knees in. Have a moment to rock and hug. And as we come up, we're still going to face the mirror. And bring your bolster just over to your right hand side. Just have it there, and we'll move it in there into a second. Right shin comes to the front, left leg to the side, and it's just bent. Okay, the right shin is bent to the front. Okay. Pulling in that bolster to the right hip. We're going to turn the body, bringing the sort of the belly and chest down. If you can see, I'm not sideways. I'm twisting, like I'm coming straight down, but only what's comfortable. Obviously, you know, bust and chest can need negotiating and adjusting, so. Enjoy some deep breaths. Just let your arms relax to the mat if you can, and just become all soft and passive. If anybody is really not enjoying this, please come out, because I don't want it to feel uncomfortable. And just enjoying some breaths. Feel how your body moves when you breathe. almost feel like the breath is kind of taking a little bit of a spiral journey through your body. And if you want to take your left leg a little bit further behind, you can enjoy a tiny bit more of a stretch. Keep it sort of bent in the knee, but you'll feel that stretch in the top hip flexor around the hip. Nothing so that it hurts you, just explore if a bit more in a challenging way. Try and relax your buttocks. This is about being supported. This is really lovely for your solar plexus and your gallbladder energy. Confidence building as well. Let's just take 2 breaths. Notice how the breath moves in your body just on these last 2. And ever so slowly, really, really slowly, enjoy just lifting up. Take your time. The slower you move, the more you can kind of savour the feeling of the pose. Just roll the bolster out to the side. Take yourself into neutral. Lying down, feeling what you feel. Noticing in any after effects from that twist. Taking some deep breaths. How do you feel? Notice physically, emotionally, mentally. When you're ready, let's draw our knees into chest. And we're going to come up to seated. Come onto your meditation cushions. And we're going to do Nadi Shodhan. So Nadi Shodhan, alternate nostril breath. Just have so backs of the hands on the mat. Let's close the right hand, leave the left hand open. Have a few moments just to breathe. Breathe through the nose. In and out through the nose, and just notice how this channel feels. And then close the left hand. Let's open the right hand and just explore this side, Pingala Nadi. Does it feel clear? Does it feel balanced with the other side or different in any way? Let's close the right hand and we'll open the left and we'll begin first round. So inhale with the left hand open. Then you close it, then you open the right and exhale. With the right hand still open, inhale. Then you close, then you open the left and exhale. Inhale. Close, open right. Inhale. Close, open left. Carrying on. So just enjoying this at your own pace. As you do this, try and relax your shoulders. Any tension you're holding in your face, just relax all the muscles. Try and feel the breath coming in through each nostril. Follow the journey of that breath up the nostril to the top of the nose and then down the other side, like it's going up and down a mountainside. We're just going to have a few moments where we release the hands, but I still want you to breathe mindfully and intentionally that way. So just rest the hands in your lap, still breathe in through the left, up to the top, exhale as it comes out the right nostril. And imagine it coming in the right, up and then down and out the left. So just following the breathing still. And then ever so gently when you're ready, with the minimal amount of movement, start to lie down and relax. Just allowing that lovely breathing practice to set you up for relaxation. Just noticing how the breathing can really prepare you to relax even more deeply. I came across a really lovely picture earlier, and I'm going to just describe this picture to you from my memory of what I saw. And I'd really like you to conjure up in your own mind how you see this picture. So just relaxing, let everything soften for you. Relaxing from head to toe, all muscles everywhere. We know this feeling. And the breath is just gentle. Just enjoying very gentle breaths. Feeling the inhale, feeling the exhale. I would like you to imagine there is a little wooden cabin to the left side of this movie screen in your mind that's going to build this picture. a wooden log cabin. And only a few meters away is a beautiful lake surrounded by big evergreen trees. This cabin is within the woods, and the entrance to the cabin is on the side, on the left side. So this entrance opens up, looking towards the lake. There's a little veranda, and just outside the cabin is a picnic bench made of wood on a grassy green area. And there's only really a few meters really from this cabin to walk down a little path where there is a little jetty extending into the lake and a boat tied up to the side. The time of day that you're looking at this view is probably fairly early morning. The sun has risen, but it's only really poking above the tops of the tree line in the distance surrounding the lake. It's a dry day, and there's just a beautiful stillness in the woods in this cabin. Think about where you'd like to place yourself. In the cabin, on the veranda, looking towards the lake. In a comfy armchair with a book to your side and a steaming cup of tea. Maybe you just like to look at the lake and the sun glistening. Just the sun on the trees creating shadows, long shadows of trees. Looking at the grasses that surround the lake. Perhaps the little boat is bobbing up and down with gentle ripples. Maybe you would like to get up from the armchair, walk down the short path to the jetty, and stroll out to the end of the jetty and dangle your feet over the edge. Maybe they reach the lake and the water. If you feel inclined, you might like to get into the little boat, untie it, and allow yourself to drift out onto the lake. It's not a big lake, and you're safe. So wherever you see yourself, either in that lovely comfy armchair or sitting on the jetty dangling your feet, or maybe going out in the little boat. This place has a beautiful, magical energy about it. A stillness and a calmness and a peacefulness. Just taking some time now just to see this, feel this. ever so gently, just start to draw your awareness back. No need to move just yet, just awareness back to where you are in the room. And tune into your breath. Take a couple of deep conscious breaths. And then when you're ready, you can just start to ever so slowly move fingers and toes. Maybe rock the head, and just feel gentle movement. And when you're ready, perhaps hugging the knees in, having a little stretch. And then coming up to seated in your own time. We'll chant 3 Oms together. So just coming up to a comfortable seat. Resting hands to chin mudra. Let's close our eyes and really enjoy this feeling of Om and the reverberation through the body wherever you feel that. So deep breath in. Bringing hands together, let's warm our palms as we rub them. And then palm the eyes. Noticing the colour with the eyes closed. Blinking and letting the light through. And then just gently drawing hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, lovelies.